Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Running the World podcast, episode 16.
Yes, today we have Gianni Capuano coming on. He's a good buddy of mine from high school. It's going to be cool. We're just going to get him on the Zoom, and that'll be that.
Let's get at it.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We got Gianni Capuano on the podcast. We're going to let him introduce himself. And, here he is.
How's it going, everybody? It is good to be here. Happy to be here. Actually, a pretty long-time listener, honestly, if I do say so myself. I remember when you guys started the whole thing. We'll probably get into more content stuff later, but I always respect and appreciate when people try to get into, the YouTube space and that whole making content kind of side of things, because, that's always kind of been like right up my alley, and to see people that I don't necessarily expect to get into it and to go into it was really cool to see. So, I always gotta support when I can.
Yeah, of course. And I know you just mentioned it, but dude, you were one of the first people to hit me up and hey, if you need any graphics or anything made, dude, let me know. And I was like, damn, this guy, he's a G, man. He's a real one. He's a day one. I appreciate it.
I remember shooting you a DM because I always, like I said, I know how hard it is to make content. It is not. Everyone thinks it's so easy. To those people, try to make content for 3 weeks and tell me how it goes. It is not easy. So I respect anybody who tries to do it.
Dude, yeah. Back at the beginning, bro, we were shooting in the library at the university we're at, and we're using an iPhone and one kind of podcast mic, and that was it. But we had fun, and we're growing, and that's all that matters.
No, yeah, absolutely. Everything with content is just consistency. If you stay consistent, you got a pretty good chance of going somewhere. That's pretty much, I'd say, the hardest part about it. Anyone can make content, anyone can post videos, but can you stay consistent is the key. And like I said, I've watched YouTube and made YouTube videos for as long as I can remember. I've had several failed channels, I've done it all, from gaming to skits to anything. I've done it all, and I've watched YouTube for so long that I've picked up a lot of things, and I kind of just decided to go more behind the scenes a little bit, but more recently I've been kind of making a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I respect it. It's all about, just kind of doing what you can at the time. If you only can film in a library with a couple of iPhones, you film in a library with a couple of iPhones. It's just all that matters is that you get, content out regularly,
And like you said, it's so hard. You wouldn't expect, we do 1 hour episode a week, and that's already so hard. But obviously that's not all we're doing. We have jobs, we have running, we have school, we have everything else. So it is hard. It's just that little side piece, but it is so hard to find the time just to get that 1 hour episode out a week. I can't imagine obviously people that put content out continuously, they have a whole team behind them, and they're all grinding on it. It's not just the two of them like me and you, but I don't understand how some of those guys put content out. And people when they go on a break, they're we need 2 weeks off to go on vacation, spend time with our family, go have fun. And people are I can't believe you're leaving us for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It is so hard to come up with ideas and continuously have something like that. The fact that they're the people I'm thinking of right now would be Nelk. People get so mad when they don't have videos to put out, but they have such a small window of stuff they can make. So those ideas only last so long. They need time off. They need to the stuff that they're doing is so draining. So
and the hardest part about it is not the making video parts, and it's the same thing with streaming, same thing with anything content creation, is when you're at the beginning and you're posting content, more than likely not that many people are watching, and you got to be able to post every single week or post every day or post whenever you post and not get that many viewers. That's the hardest part. It's not making the video, because if you were to know going into it your video is going to get 100K views, you'd be like, oh fuck yeah, let's go do the video, you know. But it's to be like, oh well, I'm about to take the time out of my week of my job and my sport, whatever I'm playing, to go do this, and it's probably only going to get like 20 views. Shit. But you know, it's just like it's just you have to, like, you know, you're not going to start out on your first video and pop off. Like, it's just how it is. And you know, you just got to keep grinding, you know.
Yeah, I think people starting a channel, I think they overestimate, you know, like how many people they think are gonna watch their shit.
Yeah.
Like for us, our first one, like everybody was excited about it.
Yeah, we had like 500 episodes, or 500, like, not views, but they were like impressions. Like, people started watching the video. We had like 500 people start watching the video in like the first hour. We're like, oh my god, we're gonna be so famous. We're like, if this keeps up, we're like hour after hour, 500 people an hour. We're like, we're gonna be huge. And then like the next episode was like 27 views. We're like, oh god.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, why I respect like that you guys keep doing it and stuff is because a lot of people, like, I've seen multiple people from John and I's high school that have tried to post YouTube videos or whatever, and you know, I see it, like, I see it, I'm like, oh, they're posting a YouTube video. They posted one or two, they got, you know, 200 views, something like that. I'm like, damn, they got 200 views, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what they're doing in a couple weeks. I guarantee you they won't be posting. Like, it's just like, I don't know. You got to make it, you got to be able to, because your first video, the YouTube algorithm pushes it. That's just how it is. When you post a video and you haven't posted anything in a while, YouTube pushes it. So you're always going to get more views on your very first video most of the time than, you know, you will. And you'll post that first video, then the second video will still do good, but it'll get a little less. Then you'll post the other one, little less, and it, you know, it keeps going down until you regularly post more, and then, you know, you can start to go back up. But it's all about the grind when no one's watching, man, and that's the key.
Yeah, dude, I know there have been like times where it's just been like, why the fuck are we doing this? But then I've remembered just like me and Alex talking like behind the scenes off camera, and we were like, we're just gonna keep doing it no matter what. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's like been the thing that's just like been pushing us to like keep putting stuff out. But like, and it's fun. I mean, it takes up time and it's fun.
Yeah,
so.
and the thing is, like, there's no pressure for us.
Right.
Like, we're not like, oh, we need to hit these numbers, or like, we're not going to be able to make it work. Like, we don't have sponsors. They're like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, we just come in here, do whatever we want, talk about whatever we want, get our buddies on, talk about whatever. Like, we can just, and like, if we want to make 5 episodes in a week, we can make 5 episodes in a week and let them out whenever we want. Like, we don't have, like, there's not, that's the good thing about not having a million people watching our videos. If we have something going on, we have a family dinner, anything comes up, and we can't get a post out by Thursday, okay, a couple people are going to say, hey, man, they're going to send us a DM, say, what's up? Say, hey, this is what happened. It'll be out tomorrow. And they understand that. We don't have people trying to kill us because we don't have a video out. We don't have the diehard fans like that yet. So it has its positives, too, for not having a million people watching our stuff.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's all, you know, just coming up with ideas. And I mean, I'm going through it. I mean, like, I'm posting a lot on YouTube right now. You know, shameless plug, Gianni Capuano on YouTube. But I'm posting every single day. It'll probably be coming up on like a month of daily uploads here coming up soon. I think on July 8th is like when I started posting every single day. But it's just like the same, like, I don't know, like, I just recently just kind of thought, like, yeah, you know, fuck it. Like, why not? Because I've always wanted to really take it serious, but I never really have. And mostly because, like, I feel like creating content, it's more loose now, but I feel like especially, like, a couple years back and stuff, like, it's almost like I felt, like, embarrassed to do it. You know what I mean? And, like, I was never super popular in high school or anything, but, like, I was still always scared to, like, promote a video that I put out on YouTube, like, say, for instance, on my Instagram, like, on my personal Instagram, or, like, on my Snapchat story or something like that. And, like, now I'm doing that every single day. I post my new video on my personal Instagram because, like, I'm just, like, I don't really care anymore what anyone really thinks. But I feel like in the past, like, that's something that's really held me back, is that I've always kind of cared, like, fuck, I don't want to post that on my personal Like people are gonna think I'm fucking weird or something.
Yeah.
But
No,
I don't know.
I definitely
But
have the
I've
same
always done
thoughts.
stuff like that.
Well, and like a lot, like all the big people will tell you, like if you like for little people, if you have 100 people, for us, we have an hour episode. If we have 100 people consistently that are willing to give us an hour of their time, they spend an hour of their time listening to us. Like that's huge. Like time's your most valuable thing. You're not gonna get that hour back ever. So like if they're willing to come back, okay, you give it to us once. All right. Sometimes you spend that hour and you're like, all right, I wasted on these kids. Their content's garbage. But if they keep coming back and keep coming back, like that's all that matters. If we can get those 100 people to come back, they all tell a couple friends maybe. We get to 125. They tell a couple friends. We get to 150, and slowly but surely get up. Like that's what we want. That's all. That'd be fantastic. So that's all we keep doing. And that's back to the consistency thing. Just keep it moving, keep it going, keep listening to what people want, be able to adapt based on what's going on and what people want from you and what's going on in the world, and just keep rolling with that.
Yeah, I mean, and the people like ask, like not me, but like you see people asking like big YouTubers, like what do you do to become a big YouTuber? Like, what's the thing? And like, there's no real like to anyone. Obviously, you see those videos on YouTube and shit, but they're all full of shit. But the main like key thing is like you just have to post consistently. That's it. Like you've never met or seen a YouTuber that's just posted just kind of whenever he wanted and like never posted anything before you found them. Like when you found your favorite YouTuber, it was never like their first video. You know what I mean? And it's just like the thing. You always got to be ready when like that opportunity strikes, because when you're posting every single week or every day or something like that, eventually you're going to find your chance. That's just how it is. If you keep posting regularly, you're going to make it at some point. You never hear about a story of someone who's posted every day for 10 years and still hasn't blown up on YouTube. It's because people aren't willing to post every day for 10 years on YouTube and have nobody watch. Respectively so, if you did it for 10 years and nobody watched, that's got to be discouraging. But it's just when your moment is going to come is the tricky part. But if you do it for long enough, there's a good chance that you're going to get noticed by somebody.
And a lot of people just think...
Shit. It's thundering outside. I don't know if you just heard that.
Yeah. A lot of people just think that you can, like, you make one viral video and that's it. Like, you're set for life. Like, you make one viral video, that's going to help people find you. But if you're not going to put anything out after that, you're not going to do anything. And the chances of you having that viral video are so slim that you have to have stuff behind that to back it up so people can go back and watch your old content and be like, oh, I really like this stuff, and they'll keep watching your future stuff. And, like, that's how it is for anything. Like, I wouldn't expect to start, as a kid, to start playing baseball the first day and be like, why am I not playing in the major league, like playing in the major leagues? Like, that's just not how it works. It's just not. You got to build your way up. You got to take your losses. You got to be a bum for a while. You got to just use, like, the lower quality stuff. That's just what you got to deal with. And then eventually earn your way there. Work your way there. Like, and like you said, all these people that are famous now, like the Pauls or whatever, like, they've been on the social media grind. They did Vine. They've been doing YouTube for so long. Like, they've worked their way here. And people are like, oh, like, they just get used to them being there. And they're like, oh, how'd they even get here? Like, they're just, like, these rich people now. Well, yeah, they're rich people now, but they were the kids that were just grinding and putting the stuff out.
Absolutely.
And doing what it took.
And, like, talk about, capitalizing off viral stuff. Like, people are viral every single day.
Yeah.
And, I'd probably say maybe 10% of the people who go viral actually make something of it. And, like, you'd say anything, like, for Paul brothers, for instance, I mean, they were viral on Vine. And, when Vine was shutting down, nobody thought that anyone from Vine was going to come over to YouTube. You know what I mean? And, they came over here. And, what your opinions are on the Paul brothers, everyone has their opinion. But, at the end of the day, you got to respect nonetheless. They've been grinding for years.
Yeah, when YouTube wasn't even, like, what it is. I mean, YouTube's still, like, rapidly... Yeah, it's changing every day. But YouTube wasn't what it is today is nowhere close to what it was like when we were kids and when like Vine was shutting down. No, yeah. Like, and that's the same thing. They capitalized on that. Like they hopped in, they became those vloggers, they became that generation. They made a whole new like era and like type of video to watch. Like they were the first to do it, and that's why they are who they are.
Yeah, dude. To go back to the Paul brothers a little bit and Vine, I think we are choosing the hardest pathway to go down because people's attention spans are literally like tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that we're putting out hour-long content,
Yeah.
most people aren't going to stick around to watch all of it. They like the Vine type videos, those 6-second videos that have your attention for the full 6 seconds. But like most people won't even make it through our intro because it's 15 seconds long.
Yeah.
And that's just too long for them, not interested. And those
See,
people can go fuck themselves.
Honestly, I agree with you, but I also disagree with you. And here's why I say that is because, well, one, I will say that like podcasts are like more popular than they've ever been, but it's also hard when like no one really knows you to get people to listen to people that they don't know. I obviously understand that. And I think TikTok is good for trying to grow your brand, but at the same time, you know, you've seen with a couple things, and I've thought about this like a lot recently, and it's became really interesting to me about, you know, all these huge, massive TikTok like people, right? And the followers that these TikTokers have is just astronomical because of the fast content, like that whole new age of that thing. But the thing that like I keep seeing is that these huge TikTokers really don't sell that well. Like they don't sell that well. And I'm going to bring up the TikTok versus YouTube boxing matches. I don't know if you guys pay attention to that stuff, but like, you know, there's things coming out that there's only like 136,000 pay-per-view buys. Like like at first you think like if you're a fighter fan or like, oh, like that's a lot of pay-per-view buys, you know, that's not bad at all. But when you put it into perspective, you know, you look at the fight card, there is, God, if you combined all of their followers down throughout the whole fight card, you mean to tell me only 136,000 people bought it? And the biggest stars were the TikTok. That's what everyone was talking about because they're like, oh, Bryce Hall's got like fucking 30 million, 50 million, like all these millions and millions, tens of millions of followers, and nobody came through to buy it. Like, it's just like, I feel like on TikTok, followers really don't mean anything. Like they mean something. Like when you got 50 million of anything, it means something. But I don't think it means as much as you would think. Like I feel like the YouTube audience and like the YouTube fan base is a lot more like stronger and more sellable than TikTok will ever be. Just because it's that short form content. You can't get your point across. People don't know the actual like the person behind the TikTok. Like you see people who've never even said a word on TikTok and they have, you know, 50 million followers. Like, so it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I saw something about the Social Gloves TikTok versus YouTubers boxing, and they like projected like 500,000 buys, and they were offering like these big purses to the fighters, and
people aren't getting paid.
They're not even getting paid because literally like no money came in at all. Because I mean, when you're expecting 500,000 people to pay $50 and only 136,000 people do, like that's a big L.
And that whole thing's fishy to begin with. I mean, how they're able to pay Bryce Hall $5 million is beyond me. I have no clue how that's even possible. And pay, what musical talent was there? Like DJ Khaled? Who else was at that? Like, it was like, I don't know. Like, it all seems super, super fishy. Like, everything. Even the last one with Jake Paul, like, they had Justin Bieber, like, two other, like, A-list celebrities performing. I'm like, hold on a second. How the fuck is Triller paying Justin Bieber to come come sing on their show? Like, what? And Jake Paul's probably getting a bag too. Like, where's that money coming from? Like, I don't know. It's just very. Now, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they pull a lot more numbers, but I'm just saying that all that kind of stuff is a little fishy.
They definitely had a lot bigger of a budget in mind because they thought they were going to make a lot more that day, and then it all went down the drain. Yeah,
the TikTok YouTube thing was a shit show. The fights were pretty entertaining, though. I was happy with the fights because, I mean, first of all, whenever you get people who don't know what the hell they're doing, it's always instantly more entertaining than people who, like, kind of know what they're doing because they're actually trying to use technique even though they still suck. But, like, when people know that they suck, it's just, like, 10 times better, you know?
My dad, this is kind of unrelated, but my dad the other day, he was, like, reading this meme. He was, like, it was about the track Olympic trials. He was, like, it was like this thing. It was like they should put a regular person in every single one of these races so that you can see how fast
Yeah.
these people are. Because like when you're watching it on TV, and like I know how it is as a runner, like you're watching them and the way the camera just follows them, like it looks like they're out for a jog. It would look like me if I was just running down the street. But like they're running so damn fast that like they just need to put a regular person next to it so they can finish like a 1500, which isn't even a mile, and they would be like a whole lap ahead of these people because they're absolutely flying.
Oh yeah.
Like it would be so funny just to throw one, because there's like they have 20 people on the track. What would be one more bum? He doesn't even have to start on the line with the people. Start right behind him. He doesn't need a head start. He's gonna get fucking toasted. No, that would be such a good marketing thing for track. Like the track people could watch it and just know that they were gonna be able to like see one regular person. Like regular people could watch it and be like, oh, how would I do in this race? And they would see it happen.
They could see.
It's always fun to see like the best of the best perform. There will always be an audience for that. But man, there's something so special about just two idiots who don't know what the hell they're doing, just doing something they've never done before. I mean, I see you're wearing the Portnoy.
I was gonna say, are you a Barstool fan? The Rough and Rowdy? Yes, I was exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that's his whole thing. Dave's talked about it before. It's just like I think it's more entertaining to see people who don't really know what they're doing fight.
And they'll get like two of like the most random like matchups. They'll get like some dude that's like this giant lumberjack, and then this like 3 foot tall dude, and they'll just have him go at it for no reason.
It's that early UFC stuff. Like, if people know like early UFC, like that's how it was. It was some like 6'8", 240 guy going up against a guy who's like 5'5", 130, and just have him go at it.
Even like all the way like to Kimbo Slice. Did you watch that documentary? Like the Kimbo Slice thing?
I don't think I've seen that documentary.
He was just like fighting in like a backyard, and they were like, all right, we're calling him up to the big leagues. Like it was like literally him in like a chain link fence, and they were like, yep, this is our guy.
And nowadays, that's that street beef shit. Have you seen that on YouTube?
No.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'm the only person who knows about. Like I said, I live on YouTube. Like that's like my life. I live on YouTube, so I find some weird shit. If you have any spare time, look up street beefs on YouTube. It is the best shit you will ever see. It's literally that. So it's like people. It's become like a whole organization now. It's like a lot bigger than it used to be, like 5 years ago. But it is literally people just in like a backyard or on a farm. And they make like a cage or a ring out of like hay bales or like actual like cage link fences, and they have like these people fight, and there's like different personalities that they have like come back if they win. It is so backyard trash fighting. It
Erie
is the
needs
best.
that.
They do boxing, MMA, like all that shit. It's when you have a spare time, it is entertaining. You will not be disappointed.
Oh, I would love this.
Bro, I saw the Kimbo Slice documentary, and it's just, I think what makes it so great is that I swear they're recording on like a flip phone. Dude, it's the best, bro. It's the best. And like Kimbo Slice, dude, he just like stands in front of people and he just gets punched in the face, like bare knuckle boxing, and the dude doesn't even flinch. He throws one punch and he's knocking people out. And then when he went to the UFC, he won by submission. Like, he literally choked this dude out. And like everybody was like, what is going on? Like Kimbo Slice is out here like actually like a fighter. And you know, Jorge Masvidal, he used to fight backyard with Kimbo Slice.
Really?
He didn't fight Kimbo Slice, but he was like one of like the guys in Miami that were like backyard brawling. But that was bare knuckle, dude.
Just grit.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's coming back now, that bare knuckle stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
Dude, I'm telling
you. Do you see what's the fight that's bare knuckle? Blueface and that TikTok kid?
No, I didn't see that.
Blueface the rapper?
Have you seen that?
No.
Blueface the rapper, and I don't know how like much you pay attention to like TikTok stuff, but do you know like the kid who's like, well, first of all, how much are you on TikTok? Are you on TikTok a lot?
Nah.
I've been consuming more than I would like to.
Okay, you've probably seen this kid then. He's like the kid who like everyone says like copies other people's content. Like he does like skit kind of like shit. He's white. He's blonde hair. He's
that's literally, you just named all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Maine. It's like New Maine or something like that. Like forget his. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I don't know how this thing happened, but he's fighting Blueface, bare knuckle boxing. I swear, if you look up the they already did like a press, like a face off.
Oh my god.
It's like happening. I mean, And then there was footage of Blueface boxing. He looks awful. I mean, I thought the video was in slow motion. It was so bad. But, I mean, yeah, that's something else. And that was something I saw in a left field. Left field.
So speaking
Blueface
of,
and some short white kid.
Yeah,
He looks
dude.
like
He
just got off prep school.
he literally looks like
Oh my
all the
God.
kids that went to high school with me. Yeah,
oh my God.
dude,
Are you
Blueface.
looking at him?
Yeah.
Blueface is an interesting individual. Have you ever seen the video where he dresses up like Spider-Man for his kid's birthday?
Oh my god, yeah.
He like he's in a Spider-Man suit. And he like scales this wall. He like comes down. He drops down into his backyard, and his backyard's all turf. It's $100 bill with his, but it's like his face. It's like blue
Yeah.
turf,
Yeah.
but it has like his face on the middle of it. Yeah, no, it's interesting individual.
To go back on your,
And, you know, I probably know too much about all this social media shit than I probably should. I mean, when like I bring up shit all the time, and everyone's like, "What are you talking
Sounds like
about?"
you
I'm
need to
"Oh,
make
you
a
didn't see that?"
podcast of this about talking.
What's
about
that?
You need to make a podcast for the modern person.
For the modern person, just updating on social media shit.
Yeah.
Do you know? Do
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I should. I know way. I mean, yeah, I know way too much of this shit. I love it though. I love it. Like I said, I'm watching YouTube all day. I'm on TikTok. I'm all about the social media game. But
Do you
I
know?
actually do have. What were you gonna say?
Do you know Kevin Clancy, the like KFC radio, the Barstool thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he does like the it's like TikTok breaking news for people over 35
Yeah.
that don't really care but kind of care.
Yeah.
Like I love his content. His content's
yeah.
fire.
Oh,
But no,
they
he
make
that's
great
that would be
stuff.
your version. You could do the YouTube stuff of what's going
I
on.
could, yeah, I could. I could be like a budget Keemstar podcast edition.
oh
but,
my God, dude.
You know, I could try. I actually do. It's not over that stuff, but I do have a podcast that I'm on with Evan's brother Mitch. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've seen it,
Yeah. I
but
have.
Eva?
it's like a
No.
sports. It's like a kind of like a sports. We talk about a bunch of shit, but it's like sports mainly. It's like sports based. It's called Cover Your Balls podcast. That cover all the balls, you know.
Yeah, no, it's actually,
but-
yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty funny.
No, yeah, it's a really good time. We do that every week. We couldn't do it last week because he coaches a team. Well, you guys know how it goes, but
Yeah.
I think what's today? Tuesday. I think
Yes.
we're going live tomorrow. We shoot the podcast live. It's a
Oh,
good
nice.
time. We have people in the chat that talk and stuff like that. It's a good time.
See, I
But
think
That would be fun.
that's the one thing we're
so,
trying
I mean,
to do.
If you're interested in that stuff, it's Cover Your Balls show on YouTube. It's a good time. I kind of like produce it. I'm like the Joe Rogan Jamie of the show. So that's like that's my role. Chime in a little bit.
Yeah, we're trying to. This was just an idea, but we were thinking of getting on the podcast, recording it like we are normally, but having the Zoom link and just like posting a link and having people like join the chat and just like fucking around.
Yeah, well, on the Cover Your Balls show, we take callers.
Oh, dude,
And
that's
it's
so
the
funny.
funniest shit. Like, I think tomorrow, I forget what we were doing, but we take like callers every single week when we've started to at least. And oh my god, it is so funny. You just have like friends call in or just like whatever, and they call in and say a bunch of shit or say some hot takes. Oh my god, it is so funny. Some of the clips are so funny, and we wanted to call because the NBA playoffs. We were gonna call Philadelphia. We were gonna call like people in Philadelphia just randomly and talk to them about like the game and stuff like that. This was like a couple days ago, but. Like, I don't know. It's so fun to just have, like, people call in and stuff, but...
You should have
obviously
just
it gets a
called
little
like
risky when it becomes live.
you
but-
should have just called like pizza shops and random businesses and been like,
Yeah.
so like, what do you think about this?
Yeah. We just started taking, like, the callers and stuff, but we would definitely want to get, like, more in-depth with, like, a bunch of things.
Yeah, I think like engageable content with like people outside of the show, like, dude, you can find some funny people, and two, your friends always want to come on, and they're always down to just literally say the most random shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's always so funny. But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
the community's great. The people love it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, yeah, it's
Gee,
a good
I'm-
time.
Gee, I'm
just
gonna
love,
switch
like,
gears here for a
making
second.
shit. Like, especially now that I just, like, don't care, like, who sees what. It's just, like, I don't know. I just love making content more than anything else. I've been watching YouTube and all this stuff for so long. It's just, like, I'm making videos every day on my channel. Like, just, like, I don't know. It's just fun. Just fun to me. Love making stuff.
yeah, man, of course. All right, let's switch gears here. I gotta throw
sure.
it back to something real quick.
What's that?
I said I'm gonna throw it back, tell a little story. G, you know where I'm going with this.
Do I?
So
He's
it was
scared.
I believe it was going into our senior year of high school. G,
Okay.
I get a random text from you, and you're like, "Yo, bro, you want to come over and box in my garage?"
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
"Bro, what?" I'm like, "But like, yeah." I was like, "I'm gonna call my buddy Nate, and we're gonna pull up, dude." And you were like, "Bet, bro, I got gloves and headgear and everything, dude. Bet." So, dude, we roll over,
Fuck yeah.
and this dude's like cleared his garage out. Like, there's like nothing in his garage but a ladder. And I'm like, oh my god, this is some like WWE tables, ladders, and chairs type shit. We're gonna be like fucking climbing to the top ropes and
Monday
shit.
Night Raw.
Bro, so we immediately, G and my buddy Nate throw on the gloves and the headgear, and they're like, yo, climb up the ladder and record this shit. So like, I'm up there with my iPhone, bro, and we just did like 2-minute rounds, dude, and just like went after each other. And dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. Everybody was fighting. We had Spencer Stanton there, just like rocking people's shit. Dude, it was crazy.
Oh, dude. That was the best. We started a whole thing. It was like me, Spencer, Gavin Schultz. Like we started. It was called Swole Body Boxing, and we would literally just go to people's houses and just take random challengers and just box them in someone's garage like every single weekend. It was so fun. And if you know, Tyler Ashton went to our high school. He's like a big TikToker, has like 3 million followers on TikTok or something like that now. He's like low key big time on TikTok. And I boxed him in Gavin Schultz's garage. God, I think the footage is somewhere. It's either on the Instagram Swole Body Boxing page or maybe I have it somewhere. The video clip's somewhere of me. I fucking socked him with a left hook right in the nose. And he was just like, oh, fuck my nose. Like in the video, like you could hear it. Oh my God, dude. That shit is so funny looking back on it.
You need to post it and tag him.
What's that?
You need to post it and tag him.
Oh, dude, I know. I definitely do. I need to find like the full clip. I think like part of it's somewhere on the Instagram page we had, but like I talked to you before, John, I'm trying to bring it back a little bit. I'm trying to get a little fight card together. I don't know if John said anything to you about it.
He did.
He did?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be fucking sick.
All right, I'm not gonna claim to this, but there's this kid who might look like me, and every once in a while we would show up to some functions here at school, and the wrestlers would be there, and I would just ask them if they want to wrestle. And we might have just started moving coffee tables out of rooms, and we just start wrestling in the middle of an event, and like people are like standing around just like looking at what's going on, and like me and this kid are just like wrestling and laughing and having such a good time, and like everyone else is so concerned. They're like, "Do we need to call the cops? Like, what's going on? Like, is somebody gonna die?" And, like, we're just like throwing each other around, trying not to put holes in walls. You know, it's a good time.
Bro,
I'm so pumped. I'm hoping we can put this event together. It'll be so sick. We're trying to get fighters for it right now. And we're going to hold it in my backyard. We're going to make a ring in my backyard. We're going to stream the whole entire thing. We're going to have announcers and shit do it. And there's a lot of plans for it. I just hope we just need to get the fighters and all that jazz. But I want to do it by like the end of this month. I want to have like the whole thing. So,
bro, who's going to fight Spencer?
Huh?
Who's gonna fight Spencer?
You know, it's funny that you say that. I don't know if he'll watch this or not, but I was at Fit for You gym the other day, and I saw Ben Birch, and I originally texted him to fight, and he was like, I saw him there, and he was like, dude, you know what? I'd fucking fight Spencer just for the hell of it, dude. I know I'm gonna get my ass beat, but it'd probably be pretty funny. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it.
Dude, Spencer is massive. Spence is huge.
Dude. He's so big.
Like, and he's actually like fighting.
No, yeah, like he actually like trains.
Like you wouldn't catch me going in there with like 3 other dudes for Spencer. I wouldn't do it.
Oh, dude. I remember back in the Swole Body Boxing days, I would fight Spencer like every single weekend. Like we would just spar and shit. And I mean, obviously I'm 5'9" at the time, probably like 150. and Spencer's like, how tall is Spencer?
He's like 6'2", 6'3".
6'2" or something like that. You
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
I mean, he's 200 pounds, well over 200 pounds now.
Oh,
But
dude, well
I
over.
mean, Southpaw too. Fucking just slap my shit all day long. But I mean, it was fun. But yeah,
Gee,
I
bro,
love that shit.
when we were boxing, bro, I boxed one time and I boxed you. Bro, you rocked my shit a couple times, bro. Like to the point where I was like, bro, what am I doing right now? Guy rocked me.
Oh, dude,
There's footage too.
like, oh man, like boxing for me, dude. That stuff's so fun to me because I am not like a huge like I'm getting back into it now, but I'm not a huge weightlifter. So like I love doing other stuff to exercise and like boxing was such a good workout and I just loved like the competitive aspect of it. And oh man, I literally loved it. I vividly remember like literally when they first came over to my house, like it was just me, Nate, and John, and I was just like, all right, well, let's just put the headgear on and start. John, go up the ladder and film this shit. And I remember I literally fought Nate for like 2-3 rounds. And then immediately after it, I'm like, all right, John, you want to go now?
Let's go.
Like, I was just like back to back. Oh my God. I loved it though. It was so fun.
This sounds like such good content. I'm watching this when I get
Dude, I think I still have the videos on my phone, but because I have all of them. Bro, I have a video of Nate boxing Spencer. And this dude, bro, like Spencer, he's just so long. Like his hands were down. Nate couldn't do anything. He just kept left hand to the face, left hand to the face
Oh
every
my
single
God.
time.
Oh my God. Another thing I remember, I'm just kind of putting people on blast now. I remember we were at Spencer's house, and it was me, Spencer, Gavin Schultz, and Jake Johnston.
Oh, God.
And the very next night, we had the baseball banquet for senior year of high school. And we were boxing the night before at Spencer's house. And Jake Johnston wanted to box me. And at first, we were just like, oh, yeah, let's just like fuck around and just spar a little bit. For anyone who's been boxed before anywhere, like in a garage anywhere, and someone says, oh yeah, let's just mess around and spar a little bit, it never goes that way. Like it's always just like, all right, you're kind of messing around, boom, you kind of get hit in the face, you're like, all right, fuck it, it's on. So that was kind of how the situation went, and I caught Jake with the fucking cleanest right uppercut like of my life, right into his jaw. And I remember the next night at the baseball banquet, like he could like barely, like he had a hard time eating the food. Like his jaw was so like, oh my God, we were making fun of him for it. It was so funny.
Yeah, dude, that just reminds me, whenever I was boxing you like trapped me in the corner, so I just like turtled up, and you just snuck an uppercut, and I was like, holy shit, this kid just hit me so hard. I was like, I'm pretty sure my head might fall off.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude, it was so fun, though.
And like I have such like an addictive personality, so like I'm always doing new hobbies, new like stuff like just to do. And like when I get like hooked on something, I really like something, like I go really, really hard. And like at that time, I just got introduced to boxing. I'm like, hell yeah, this shit's dope. And I would spend all day in my backyard and on my heavy bag just going at it, watching a million YouTube videos every night on like dodging techniques and different shit like that. Like I go super hard and like a lot of shit that I do, like just randomly.
You'll have to come up to here. There's a lot of boxing stuff here. Like a lot
Really?
of, yeah, there's like a lot of like old time people that used to like box, like the Bizarros. I don't know if you know that name. They like fought
No.
way back in the day, but they're like Italian, like pure blood Italian. They have they own a bunch of businesses near, like they own like car lots and like restaurants, and they're all boxing themed, and like they have like all these like pictures of
Hell
like
yeah.
all these like famous boxers that have come through and like signed it and like taken pictures and eaten there, and like it's dope. And like even like there's a gym, it's just like it's just like a modern gym. It's just like Planet Fitness or any of them, but I don't know what it's called. Iron Oxygen, but it's connected to. They have like a boxing gym connected to it. Like they have like trainers in there, and like they'll do like it's like a Zumba class basically, but with heavy bags, and like you'll like
that's
go
cool.
through like routines of like hitting the heavy bag, and like boxing's actually a pretty big thing in Erie.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Never knew that.
Yeah, I know you're pumped to hear that, G, because I know you're full Italian too.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm like full 100%. I'm not 100% Italian, but Yes, I am very Italian. My name kind of gives it away.
I was
just
gonna
in
say
general,
you can't get much more Italian. Look at this kid's name.
Yes, I'm not 100% though. I will say that I'm not gonna act like a 100% poser Italian.
Good man. Good man. Dude, there's
I mean,
so many good days, man, back at the high school.
yeah, no, those were always fun. I just stuff like that. Little, I hated fucking. I mean, I actually hated like the school, like high school part. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. I mean, but I passed, so it's all right. But I mean, school was a fucking bitch and a half for me.
I just know, like, I remember just like actually like not enjoying like the high school like Jackson. I didn't enjoy it, but like looking back on it, like so many like good memories came out of it.
Well, yeah,
Even though
it's
high
just
school's
like
a piece of shit.
the sports and like just like things you did outside of high school. Like
Yeah.
it's not even like what I did when I was at the high school. It's just like the more of the time period of what I did after school. Like is kind of what I remember. The
Yeah.
actual school part. I mean, you couldn't pay me any amount of money to go back to high school. Like fuck that shit.
Dude, especially at Jackson, it was so political there. Everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything, These days, anything's political. Everything gets into it. I've made it like a stance, like I, especially like recently and shit, like after the election, and all that stuff. Like I have cut all that shit out of my because it's just not worth my time, man. It is just not worth my time. I'm scrolling through Twitter. I see one fucking thing about politics. I'm like, nah, scrolling past it. Like that's one thing I am not informed on. Politics, especially now. I don't know anything about that. I'm happy about that. I don't want to know anything.
Dude, I remember the first time I went to J-Town and I'm rolling through and every single yard just had a giant fucking sign about something. I was like, what is going on here? John's like, they all care about something. Like all of them, they back something and they are like gonna put a huge fucking sign in their yard to support it. And I was like, yeah, we do not have that shit around here. Like you'll get your little like Trump, your little Biden signs here, like, typical stuff. These people had like giant, like 5-foot fucking signs. I'm like, John, what is going on here? He was like, oh yeah, the neighbors are
Absolutely.
like, all the neighbors are at war. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Fuck
man.
yeah.
Yeah, that's J-Town for you.
You love to see it, baby. Born and raised.
Oh yeah, love to see it.
South Jackson, baby, the hood.
Me
Hood of the
too,
Jackson,
bro.
if that's even possible.
I'm right there with you, bro. Bro, Soj, man.
So, Jay, yeah.
That's where all the fun happened, dude.
Oh, absolutely, it does. Well, I mean, do you have anything else to talk about? I will literally talk about anything.
Gee, why are you here? That's the real question. Why do we have you on? Why are you the interest? Other than all of the knowledge you have,
Shit,
what are you up to right now? Why do we have you here?
I'm here, well, mainly because I just wanted to come on. It sounded like a good time.
I mean, what are you doing? Like the business and everything.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should probably get into that, right?
Yeah. Let's hear what you got going on with your life.
Probably about like a year and a half ago, I started my own business. It originally started out, the business name is Capuano Media, but it originally started out of I forget what the original name was. It was like Capuano Creative, something like that, but I changed it. Anyway, I started that just because I went to Stark State for a semester on like graphic design. It was like 3D motion graphics or something like that. And I went, and it was right when like kind of COVID hit, and I was going. I was just like, okay, this is like okay. I was doing good, and once COVID hit, like my professors were basically just sending me like YouTube videos of like shit that I could just look up on my own. Like literally the lesson plan would be like they would send me a YouTube video and I'd watch it and then do like a mini project over it. And I'm just like, okay, like what am I doing this for? Like and you have to understand, like prior to this, like the summer before, when I finally, it's like a senior year of high school, I really got into all this stuff, graphic design, photography, video stuff, through my baseball team that I was on. And I started doing all this stuff, and I really liked it. So I'm like, I'm going to go to school for this, whatever. And then, like I said, the whole summer before I went to college at Stark State, I thought I was going to be so behind. I was like, I'm going to be like so behind the eight ball. I do not want to be behind the eight ball. So I grinded all summer, learned Photoshop, learned Premiere, like had that shit down. And I went into it and I showed up to class when it was still in person at the beginning, and I was like, wow, none of these people know what the fuck they're doing. And I was like so far ahead of everyone else. And that was kind of like difficult at first too, because if you know anything about Photoshop or anything like that, like I take a Photoshop class and I go back, even if you know how to do something in Photoshop, if you're doing like a design or something, it still takes like the same amount of time as if you didn't know what you were doing. So like it still takes time to do something even when you know how to do it. So that was like a struggle at first for me, because I'm like, God, like I could be learning all this other stuff right now, but instead I'm stuck doing like these little assignments for shit that I already know how to do. And especially when the icing on the cake was when COVID hit and they were sending me YouTube videos, and I'm just like, nah, bro, I'm not about this.
And the worst
And
part
I,
is you're paying for this shit. Like you're
yeah,
not like you're in a situation where you could be making money. You knew you could be making money, and you're just like fuck. Like I'm spending money on this. I already know this shit. Like I can go watch YouTube for free and go make money off this shit.
yeah. So like when that happened, I was just like, nah. And then the school year ended. I was just like, all right. And that summer, I decided I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go back. I'm gonna start my own business, and I'm gonna see what I can do with everything. And obviously, there's a ton of other moving parts. I'm skipping a bunch of shit, but to keep it simple, I started it, and no, it's going extremely well. I can't complain. I'm staying really busy. I love doing it. It's kind of to the point now where I have all these kind of things set in stone, like all my ground level stuff, and now I can really just like get on my horse and go. Because at the beginning, like I had to make my website and all this stuff, like all that stuff takes time, and setting the groundwork to try to get more clients, because at the beginning you're struggling trying to find clients and stuff like that. So it's all a grind, just like anything else.
So what kind of work are you doing right now? Like
Yeah,
what are you
so I
shooting?
do on the photography side of things, I do photo shoots for online clothing brands. I do senior pictures for like seniors, family pictures, anything like that. Graphic design wise, I make flyers, posters, banners, logo design for businesses. Video, I do like kind of like commercials, you could say, for like social media. Um, Trying to think what else. Yeah, like animations, I do that too. Just anything really. I mean,
What on the YouTube side? What are you putting out there?
so yeah. So on my personal YouTube channel, I mostly do stuff that has to kind of do with like cameras, like video, photography, graphic design, all that stuff. I'd make like challenge videos and stuff like that with like cameras and different stuff like that. But it's mostly kind of geared towards video, graphic design, photography, all that stuff.
Yeah, I just watched your. I think it was a video you posted 2 days ago. It was you shooting with your huskies.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was 5 days ago,
Oh,
actually.
really?
I just saw that on Instagram.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. And you were using Lightroom and doing
Oh
some
yeah.
some photo
I
editing.
use the whole. I have the whole Adobe suite.
Yeah, me too. That's what I used to.
Yep.
It's nice, but like I'm kind of I pretty much am doing like everything that you're doing. So like it's kind of cool to hear like how you're just doing it like in a little bit different of a fashion. Like
Hmm.
my time is mostly spent at this car dealership for the most
Yeah.
part, but yeah, I mean
No, for sure.
it's essentially the same
Anything
work.
like something like you can always learn from somebody else, man. Like no matter like how long you've been doing anything, like you can always learn. Just like people have different styles of taking pictures. Like if you were to go shoot and take pictures of somebody in person, like you be surprised how much you learn. I don't care if you've been doing it for 20, 30 years and someone's only been doing it for 5. Like everyone takes different photos like a different way. Like everyone has their own editing style. Like my edits, I really like to have like a dark, moody kind of like tone to mine. Like very like one of my like idols in like the video photography space is Peter McKinnon. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's on YouTube, and I really like his style, and I kind of try to mimic that from time to time. I like the dark, moody kind of pictures when I take photography, but you can always learn something new from somebody, man. Like there's never like if John and I were go shoot together, like I'd learn something from him, he'd learn something from me, like just bouncing ideas off each other. It's what it's all about.
Yeah, and speaking of that, how you said your pictures are like dark and moody. I'm gonna show you this. I'm just gonna share my screen real quickly
All right.
because I wanna let's see. Here is Adobe Lightroom. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So like when you said like dark and moody, that's what these are
Oh
like
yeah,
some. These are pictures I
absolutely.
literally shot
No, yeah,
today,
that's right up my alley.
and yeah, just this
Hell
Mercedes
yeah.
Benz. It was sick, but yeah, that's
It's
just
fire.
yeah. No, it was really cool. It was it
No,
was
yeah, those are dope.
it was an awesome opportunity, but
Yeah, I really like those.
and
They let you drive.
no, no, they didn't let us drive this. They were shipping it out today.
They're like, we're not letting this kid anywhere near this
Yeah.
fucking thing. You can get as close as you can with your camera, and that's it.
Yeah, dude, but this thing was so loud. It was crazy though. Like, and you can. The thing about Lightroom I like so much is you have all these like presets. You
Oh
can
yeah,
do,
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but like I don't
Do
know.
you
I
work
really
with
like that. Dark.
Do you work with any like well, I don't know if you have because there's a lot of presets on Lightroom especially, but I didn't know if you've dabbled into any of like the like a lot of content creators on YouTube like have their own LUT packs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of them are really really good.
Yeah, no, I just honestly I go on YouTube and I just like look up, like so I shot that Mercedes Benz and I went on YouTube and I just looked up
Mhm.
like black car Lightroom preset and that came up
Yeah.
and I just made it and saved it and boom.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. I'm actually I'm not sure at this point when it will be out, but I'm currently in the process of making my own like LUT pack. And for people who don't know what a LUT pack is, it's basically just a bunch of presets for video and for photos that you can just put on your photos. And you'll I'm working on it right now to where you'll be able to like import it through Instagram, Snapchat, like do all that kind of stuff. So basically more like filters, I guess. That's an easy way of putting like a LUT pack. But I'm working on that right now where I'm gonna have my own like custom LUT pack, filter pack that you can download and use on your pictures or whatever.
All right, G, if somebody gave you $1 million to invest in your company, what's it look like?
Million,
What's
like what would I do with the
yeah?
money?
What's the big picture here?
$1 million. What would I do? Whew.
Like
I would-
you're gonna get some more equipment for sure. Maybe hire somebody on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't hire someone on right away. Um, I would definitely use the mill right off the bat for advertising before I buy any more equipment. Um, because I feel like marketing and advertising is literally the most important thing. Like, I would probably spend like 80% of that budget on just advertising, promoting myself. Because at the end of the day, for me, like, I can have my company as much as I want, but I know if I can grow my brand on YouTube or Instagram or anything else, it makes everything else 10 times easier. If you have a brand and you have a voice to say and to like sell or whatever you want to do, you'll instantly be successful in any avenue that you go into. I personally think that is the most important thing you can do to be a brand is just to have followers, have people who watch you, who listen to you. Because with followers, with anything, you can literally do anything. I mean, you see like Logan Paul, people like that started out as a viner. Now he just fucking boxed arguably the best boxer in the world, like ever. Like what? Like that's all just from building a brand over time. Like that stuff is so important. So the $1 million would probably go towards finding some way. Probably actually, this is what I do. I get $1 million. I would move to LA for like 3 months, and I would pay TikTokers and take photo shoots of them and get shout outs on Instagram. That's exactly what I do.
There you go, a man with a plan.
All right.
That's exactly what I do.
I have 2 questions. I ask pretty much everyone these.
Go for it.
What does your business look like in a year? What's the goal? Where do you want to see yourself?
In a year.
Yeah.
My business in a year. I want to be able to have more business like brick and mortar wise in my township. Like I want to run like Jackson Town. Like if there's a business in Jackson Township, I want them to be like, oh, I need advertising done. I'm going to Gianni because I can get it cheaper. It's better quality. Like that's a plan for me. Definitely a year down the road. On my content side of things, a year from now, um, I want at least like 200 subscribers. That's definitely a goal, at least.
What are you at right now?
Um, Instagram stuff like that. I don't know, follower wise exactly,
Yeah.
but definitely, I want more brick and mortar business. I think that's important. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, that's definitely genius, especially for. I mean, I don't know exactly how your town is, but here in Erie, if people love to talk about a job well done, if you do something right and everybody knows everybody, you do something right for this person, they're gonna tell their buddy, all their buddies own businesses. Everyone owns a business here, and everyone knows all
Mhm.
the other people that own all the businesses. So if you do something right for that person, they have six other people that are gonna tell you that you did a good job. Those
Absolutely.
six are gonna tell six, and now you're at 36 people. Like it, there's definitely a crazy network, and if you keep this goes back to the consistency. You keep doing the same thing. Do it right. Do it well. Do it the best you can. And for you, keep your prices low. That's gonna
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
gonna run the
And
world.
I have such an advantage too over like other people because like it's just me. I don't have to pay any employees. I don't have to do anything. You know, and I can charge whatever I want. Like I'm not on any agenda or anything. But you know, right now I'm more motivated than I've ever been to do anything. Like I thought a couple months ago when I started, I was going to be motivated, and like people say, like after your first year of like running a business, that like you usually want to quit. So like now that it's been like a year or so, and I'm more motivated than I've ever been, like I'm just really like on a grind right now. I mean, I'm posting every day on YouTube, and I still gotta get my regular clients done that I have to get done, for my to make money because I'm not making any money from YouTube, obviously. So making videos every day and still doing shit for clients and doing podcasts, love it.
All right. Another question I ask most people.
Go
What
for it.
is the most jank thing you've ever done for your business? Like we've done some jank shit to like make the cameras work or to string together a video. What's something you've done that's like it's and then you're like that looks so professional and so good. If only people saw the like
Oh
jank
my
shit
god.
behind it.
Um.
Like stacking like 100 books up to set your camera up and get a picture.
Oh yeah, that's definitely been done before.
He's like that's
Um.
nowhere near the
Yeah,
top of
he's
the
like, yeah.
list.
No,
He's
no,
like,
no,
shit,
no.
I'm doing that
I
right now.
remember this is kind of a funny story. I remember so I was in contact with like the township and the trustees, and I recorded. Um, it was like a big meeting or something. I forget what they were announcing. Something. It was something, and I was recording. Like they asked me to come in and record their like meeting basically. And I came in. I had my camera set up. Everything was good. I recorded, and I didn't have my regular camera. I think I was using someone else's camera, and I had it set up, and I hit record, and I just sat there, filmed the whole thing, whatever. Came home, and I remember I was gonna have it done like that next week, and I was like, oh, okay. Finally, got it. Sat at my desk, was ready to edit. Went to edit. Found out that the whole entire audio for the whole entire meeting was chalked. Was just I don't know what the hell happened. The audio just wasn't there, and I was like, holy shit. So I think I was recording on maybe a different camera, but oh no, was it. So I had a main camera that I was recording like the wide angle of the meeting. And then I was walking around with my actual camera, like recording like close ups and different like camera angles for it. So the footage on my regular camera was choppy. Like I only had some of the audio for it because I had the audio on my regular camera, but it was super choppy. I wasn't recording the whole time, just clips because I was bagging on the audio from my main camera, but that was no audio to be found. And there was some random lady in the back of the room recording on her iPad for Facebook or some shit. And I somehow got in contact with her, and I was like, "Hey, do you have the audio from your iPad recording the meeting?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I'll send it to you." And I got it, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like the audio was not good. I was just like, "God." So I put it in anyways, and like I was like, oh man, this is gonna be so bad. And I even tried to like fix some parts that I had that my camera recorded. So like some audio was good, some was bad. Oh my god, I was like, fuck. I was so scared to send it to the people, and I sent it to them, and they're like, oh my god, this is so amazing. And they posted on social media, they're like, oh yeah, everybody loves this. I'm like, oh yeah, I spent a lot of time on it. Like,
You're
oh
like,
my
do me a
God.
favor. Don't put my name on that.
Oh yeah, I was just like, oh my god. It didn't really like they didn't really post it out super much like a ton, but oh my god, that's got to be like some of the jankiest like put together audio. Like I was trying to fix the audio in Premiere and After. I was just like, oh my god, this is a nightmare. But yeah, definitely like stacking books on top of cameras to get it to work. Trying to man, I don't even know. I have a lot of jank stories from like external monitors for my cameras. Like I always have a tripod for my camera, but my external monitor, I don't even know if I have it around right now. I don't know. Actually, it might be in this bag.
What do you think the most jank thing we've ever done? The TV?
Right here. So like this is my
Yeah.
external monitor, right? It, like goes to the side of your camera. I have something that hooks onto it now. But before I didn't. So it was just a small little cord and I would find anything to balance this shit. And I would literally balance it. Like I'd be holding it, trying to get it to balance. Like I'd be on this shit, like trying to find the perfect angle to hold it on. It would always fall over. Oh my god, I have so many stories from like shit like that that's gone wrong. But yeah.
You just
There's
gotta
a
keep
book.
grinding.
Yep. Yeah, I don't. The jankest thing we've done is so we needed like a box light, but we were like, fuck, I don't want to have to order one.
Uh-huh.
So we found this broken TV on the side of the road, and like the screen was shattered, so we just like pulled the screen off, so it was just like the lights from the TV,
Mhm.
and we set it up, and it was just like literally like blinding light. So I took like paper towels and I just wrapped this TV in paper
Hell yeah, I made a
towels,
little softbox out of
and
it.
and it made a sound.
It works
box light.
so well.
It was perfect.
We should have brought it tonight.
It was perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah,
It,
Oh, that's amazing.
it rocks.
yeah, dude. I mean, hey,
Sometimes you got to work with what you got, man. You know?
balling on a budget. That's what we always say.
Absolutely.
Well, damn.
Absolutely.
Well, G, it was great having you on. Last question for you. Where can people find you, and what else you have going on in your life?
People can find me, Gianni Capuano on Instagram. That's my personal Instagram. Gianni Capuano on YouTube. We're about to hit 50 subscribers. I'm gonna do a little like giveaway thing at 50 subscribers, so make sure you go subscribe. My business accounts, Capuano Media LLC on Instagram, Facebook. My TikTok is just Gianni Capuano. I think I post on there. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. Going on in my life right now, working, running my business, making YouTube videos every single day. You know, on that grind. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, it was great having you on. We appreciate you coming on and spending an hour with us.
Oh, absolutely. And one more, I was gonna say, you know, the offer still stands. If you need anything, because I was, oh my god, actually, I just thought of something. I was gonna bring it up because I knew you guys were gonna kick out of it. Because I was watching
boy.
the last episode, and I was watching. Do you edit the videos, John?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's what I thought because I was watching the video from yesterday. And I knew I was gonna bring it up because only someone who uses Premiere would like get this. Is I was watching this. I was watching it. I was just like, because I do like animations and stuff, and I was like, I was watching the beginning of the video. I'm like, damn, bro, I need to hook these guys up with like a dope ass intro or something.
Yeah,
because
dude, I just
I
used the
came on and I
presets.
saw the Premiere Pro like stock
Yep.
thing, and I was like, oh my god, like, that's so funny to me. Like whenever I see like the stock video animations that like they give you
Yep.
that you like pull into the timeline, I'm like, oh man, like I gotta make these guys a fucking intro. I'm like,
Yeah,
they can't
dude.
be using the Adobe stock.
We do use that. I just, bro, it's so easy, and I just like throw it
I
right
know,
over.
No, I know. Trust me, I've done it before. I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah, bro, make us an intro. That'd be sick,
We're
Oh,
not.
dude,
We're not gonna say
it's-
no.
bro. And I
What's
keep.
that?
I said we won't say no.
Oh, bro, one last thing. I keep getting copyrighted, dude. I will use like 5 seconds of like a song, and I'll like use like the instrumental of a song. 5 seconds, man, and it copyrights every time.
What, at the beginning of your intro?
Yeah, yeah. I keep having to like mute it or like switch it to some random audio from
copyright's a
YouTube.
bitch.
I know, it's a pain in the ass. Because it like suppresses your videos, doesn't it?
Yeah, it depends. Some are weird. Like I've heard some people, they play copyright and it like takes that whole part out of their video. But I actually haven't had any issues with that. Like when I get copyrighted, I just get copyrighted and like I just don't make any revenue from the video. Like I'm not making any anyway.
Right, no,
so
neither
like,
are we,
whatever.
but I thought it suppressed their
like,
videos.
Yeah, I don't know. I use Epidemic Sound. I don't know if you know what that is.
No idea.
Epidemic Sound. You have to pay for it, but for me, who's always like needing sound effects and audio and different stuff like that, it's really nice to download on there. That's a really good place to get your audio and sound effects and stuff. That's personally what I use. So, but yeah, I thought I had to bring up the Premiere Pro intro because I watched it. I was like, that shit's so funny because nobody else who watched the video was just like, oh yeah, there's an intro. But I'm watching them like, I see that
because you've
every
seen it a
day when I
million
look at
times.
my graphics tab on Premiere.
Yeah, no, that's so funny that you said that because like every time I see it, I'm like, fuck, it's so like. I'm like, but I'm not making, dude. I'm not gonna go into After Effects and do all that shit. I don't want to have to learn how to do that. It's too much, man. So hey, if you want to cook us up,
too much. You guys want to end the episode? I don't want to.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. But if you want to cook us up something, man, definitely.
Absolutely, 100%. I'll cook up you guys.
We're gonna have to cut this so the NCAA doesn't fucking kill us.
Yeah, that's true. G's not doing anything for us.
No, he would never.
Nope.
Nah, I'll definitely make you guys some dope shit.
Yes. Well, thank you, man. And again, dude, thanks for coming on, bro.
You know, for NCAA, anyone listening.
No, we're gonna cut it. Don't worry. You're good. You're good.
There's no, there's no payment of any kind. I'm just doing this out of kindness of my heart. This is a gift for having me on.
Oh.
There's no payment, no back, no anything. You know, just making some shit for the boys. You know.
Love to see it. Well, dude, it's been fun, bro. It's been a good time.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, making the time for us.
No problem.
Well, damn. Have we had a good hour in?
Back in town too.
Yeah, dude, I will. And we'll have to go shoot some stuff or something.
Fuck yeah.
Just mess around. I don't know.
Box
again.
Dude, I'll come to J-Town and throw some hands.
Absolutely.
Bro, we'll round up the boys. And yes, sir. All right, buddy. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll see ya.
See ya. Peace.
Alrighty, guys, that was a great episode with Gianni. We had a lot of fun, covered a lot of shit. Had some good, beneficial takeaway points from it. We also messed around like last episode. Yeah. I think that's going to be the kind of vibe from now on. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, no, it was a really good time. Talk about boxing and business and everything. This is that's what this is. Just get on here, shoot the shit, talk about stuff that matters, stuff that doesn't.
A lot of stuff that doesn't, but
yeah. No, it was a good time. We kept driving him back. We're like, hey, let's. What were we actually here for? He just kept talking about boxing. It was a good time though.
Dude, and the thing was like, I don't think my audio picked up on your computer that well. So like I would say something, he would just keep talking.
Yeah, me too. I'd be like, hey, what? So this audio is gonna sound. You guys are just gonna hear me talking. We're like, hey, I said like 4 times. On like the 4th time, he was like, oh, do you have something to say? Because I was just like.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, G, let's switch gears, and he kept talking. I'm like, all right, let's switch gears. All right, we're switching gears now. 4th gear now.
Yeah, no, when you listen to just the audio, you're gonna be like, what is going on? This kid just likes to talk right over them. But
yeah, no, I think it was just an audio issue, but love the kid.
No, it was a good time.
Check him out on Instagram, Gianni Capuano, and Capuano Media. He has a cool logo.
Does he?
Yeah, it's like a CM. Capuano Media. It's pretty cool.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Alrighty, guys, thanks for hanging around again. We had a blast.
All right, guys. Have a good Thursday and a happy July 4th weekend. Peace.
Peace.